Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am finally back with my day number 3. I know that I said I would come back daily and try to do a daily post, but if you haven't already seen my update video, my December kind of exploded in my face. So I haven't been able to keep up with my daily scrapbooking as I had hoped I would. I am now sick. I've been sick for probably almost a week, and it's getting better, but at the same time, I still feel very, very sick. So anyway, I hope that you can still understand me through my yucky voice. So I apologize about that. But here what I'm doing is I'm just using this bamboo leaf spritz spray, and that is from the Spiegelbaum Scrap store, and it is I'm losing the name, Shimmers Paints mist. So what I did was I used the monthly cut file for December from the Spiegelbaum Scraps blog hop. I will leave a link below so that you can go and get this cut file if you would like to have it. I just thought it would be really cool to just have snowflakes behind on the background, so I just kind of made my own background. So I had 2 stories for this day, and at first I'm thinking I'm just gonna do a 2-page spread, so one of the stories on one side and then the other story on the other side. But I'm gonna kind of change that up. So I put these 2 small photos on this red paper, and it's just a word paper. I am going to dab off some of the ink because there was parts on the background that it just kind of blobbed. But I still really love how it looked. So here, I'll kind of explain these photos. So this was Saturday, December 3rd, and I had gotten a call from I'm a photographer. I do it very part-time. I don't do it a whole lot. I would love to. Life is so crazy. But this season, I have been getting a lot of jobs, which is so fun. I have missed being a photographer. So this one lady called me in the middle of December, and she was asking if I was available for December. And I said, well, it just kind of depends on the day. So we kind of talked, and she is such a fun lady. I'm so glad that she found my information and that she wanted me to do her photos. So what happened is she wanted there to be snow in the background. Like, she wanted it to be a snowy wonderland. And she's doing this for her mom. She's making a CD, and it's going to be her mother's Christmas present. So her sister-in-law has a huge property out in Rigby, Idaho, and it had snowed that week that we were going to do the session, and both of us were so excited. So we met up on Saturday at 8:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh, it was so cold. It was so early. It was crazy. And I wasn't thinking at the time how cold it was, so all I wore was jeans and a shirt and a coat. I mean, I had, gloves and a hat and everything on too. But I totally should have worn long johns or something to that effect, because when I got home, my legs were icicles, quite literally. I don't know how this lady survived, because she was wearing a nice dress, and it didn't have sleeves on it, and she just looked amazing, and I don't know how she survived. But so when I got home, I had to put on 2 pairs of really warm fleece pants, 2 nice warm fleece blankets, and some fuzzy socks, because I was just that cold and I still wasn't warm enough. And so I had to drink some coffee because it was just, oh my gosh, I could not warm up. It was crazy. So I took a photo of me standing on top of the heater as it's blowing heat up at me and trying to get me warm. And then I also took a photo of the one on the left is some of the photos that I took. So there's a picture of she's a singer. She wanted to do the mic and then just have the cabin in the background. And she's going to do the playlist on that on the back of the CD that she's making. So that's why that was there, and I absolutely love that photo. I think that's one of my favorite photos from the session. Her session was just so much fun, and she is the reason why I became a photographer, because just photography should always be fun. It shouldn't be stressful. It should just be fun and just amazing. And her session was just amazing, and I wish I could do a million more like it. So here I am just placing down my title. I was going to do Winter Wonderland, or I started thinking maybe I would have it be the song like Walking in a Winter Wonderland. But then I saw that one of those sticker sheets had the word joy on it. And so I thought it would be kind of cool to change it up a little bit and just have the title be Winter Joy. And so I'm just going to kind of fiddle around with the placement of this title. I'm not really liking, I wanted joy to kind of nestle in underneath that R, but it wasn't working out very well. So I did move it over. And then now here I'm just looking for my number 3. You can see I did a little cluster up there in the top left-hand corner, and here I'm just trying to decide which place I want to put the 3, and I'm going to go with up in the top left-hand corner. Now I think I'm almost done. I am going to step away for a few days, and then when I come back, I'm going to finish up this page. So here now I'm just gluing down the letters for the word winter, because they are those infamous chipboard letters that do not like to stay on very well. So I glued a few of them down, and then that is it for this day. Okay, so now I'm back, and this is the second day that I'm working on this layout. So here I have decided that I am going to put these other 2 pictures for this day on that same page. There's a perfect spot up there at the top, and as I was just kind of thinking about it, I really loved the design of this page, and I was kind of frustrated that I couldn't find the perfect spot for my journaling. And so I decided that it might be better to do the journaling on another page and just have both of the sets of photos on the actual layout. So here you can see I've pulled out a 3x8 little pocket page, and it's got 2 3x3 pockets on it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out these 2 images, and I am going to just put them on the page how you saw them just a second ago up in the top right hand corner, and I'm just going to have them staggered like the other 2 on the bottom. And I really love how this turns out. I was kind of hoping I could have a little bit of white space on this layout, but it still works out and it still turns out really cute. Okay, so now I'm going to cut out the papers for this little journaling spot, and what I am going to do is mess around with the different patterns. I was thinking it would be kind of fun to use this cute little snowflake since it was a snowy day that day. And then I also really liked that diagonal stripe. It's a white background with gray stripes, and I really like those 2 pattern papers together, but the more I went on, oh, and this is another day. So apparently it took me 3 days to do this, this little spread here. But here you can see I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do the journaling, because I really liked that diagonally striped paper, but I knew the journaling probably wouldn't show up very well. So here I am going to write out what I want to say, just to kind of get a feel for how it would look if I did the diagonal gray paper as another mat behind the journaling. I am going to end up having too much to say, and so it's not going to work out to have that diagonal striped paper as another mat behind the journaling. So here I'm just writing out everything that I want to say, and then I'm going to kind of discard this idea of using the diagonal stripe. So now here is where I decide that I'm just going to do the white paper. So I'm going to cut that up, and then I'm going to do my journaling. And the only thing about this spread is that the photos that are on the bottom are the photos from the morning and the photos on the top are the photos from the night. So that kind of did bother me a little bit, but I got over it quickly and just decided to go with the flow. So here you can see I'm journaling about the 2 events that happened that day, and I think I'll fast forward through this so you don't have to see all of it, but basically I'm just kind of talking about the photography session I did in the morning and then the white elephant party that we went to later that night. Now I am just going to use some of these stickers. I think these are from Simple Stories. I don't remember what collection, but it's a couple years old. And there's one that says Burr, and then, let's see, I think there's another one that I use. Let me grab my album real quick. Oh yes, I forgot. I decided to ink the edges with, I think it's Topiary from Close to My Heart. Okay, yeah, so I used Burr, and then the other one says Let It Snow, and I'm just keeping it super simple, and I really like how simple it is and how it came out. Now I'm going to move on to journaling about the birthday party / white elephant party that we went to. And so that's my son Jonas in that left photo with one of our friends' kids. And they were cuddling while watching Finding Dory while we waited for everyone to get to the party. And then I also took a picture of all of the gifts in a pile before we started opening them. Okay, so this is the end of my layout. I added a couple little stickers up there to those photos. One of them says no peeking and the other one says fun. And I think that is where I end this layout. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope that I will come back soon with some more videos. Happy December!